So, I was sitting in the research room of the Wade Center at Wheaton College, about to open a very old book. But I was not at all prepared for what I found when I opened it. I'd traveled to Illinois to the center to do some research because they have one of the best collections of information about C.S. Lewis in the world, including a lot of books that were part of Lewis's personal library. I've loved C.S. Lewis and his writings since I read Mere Christianity as a high school student. It was a book that forever changed my view of Christianity and faith. But back to that very old book at the Wade Center. What shocked me so much when I opened it was not its contents, but its smell. I sensed it immediately, but when I raised the book to my nose, took a good sniff, it was one of the worst smells I'd ever experienced. I asked the research librarian, "Why does this book smell so bad?" And she said, "Well, it's a mixture of cigarette, pipe tobacco, which Lewis smoked while he read, and also the coal-burning stove that heated his home. Add to that it was over 100 years old, probably, and you see why the book smells so bad." My name is Gary Tandy, and I'm a professor of English at George Fox University. I teach courses in British literature, Shakespeare, C.S. Lewis and friends. And while I love the classroom, one of the things I most enjoy about teaching at Fox is working with students and traveling with students. Several years ago, I had the opportunity to travel to Ireland and Scotland on a juniors abroad trip. And I love traveling to Ashland, Oregon, the Shakespeare Festival. I love to attend live theater. It's one of my favorite things in the world to do. And of course, Ashland has some of the best actors in the world. What I've found is there's only a limited amount you can learn about students in the classroom, but traveling takes that to a whole new level. When I think about the students over the years I've taught and who've become friends, it's often because of those trips that we've taken. Next to live theater, I love music, both listening to it and playing it. In fact, at college, where I taught before, at the college I taught at before coming to Fox, I was the lead singer of the faculty staff rock band. Each fall, we would perform a welcome back show for students, where I got to, for just a moment, relive my childhood dreams of being a rock star. When I was a sophomore in college, I changed my major from psychology to English. And not long after that, I decided I would be a college teacher someday. I was going to a school similar to George Fox, and I noticed that my English profs loved literature and loved their jobs and were committed Christians, and they weren't afraid to ask the tough questions about faith and life. I thought at the time that teaching at a Christian college would be a pretty good thing to do with one's life. Plus, I've always loved playing basketball, and I knew if I taught at a college, there would always be a gym nearby. That's a little bit about me, and I look forward to learning more about you and your passions as we work together this term.